Hello, everybody. Welcome to Phil's Place. Konnor Griffin. Konnor freaking Griffin makes his major league debut. Pittsburgh Pirates. First home game of the season, home opener. Sold out, highly anticipated, and Konnor Griffin did not disappoint. I don't know how many times I'll say this, but he's 19 years old. He'll be 20. I understand. I think within the next month or two. I don't know. But how many 19-year-old position players do you see who are playing Major League Baseball? He's got to be the youngest on any Major League roster right now. But we've been waiting for this day since he was drafted. And it was Bill Mazeroski's son. I believe his first name's Dave. Dave Mazeroski scouted him, got him drafted, commits to playing for the Pirates. I don't know how many scholarship offers he had to play college ball. I'm sure it was quite a few. And he only spent one whole year in the minors, and that was last year. This was year 2 for him, spring training. He did that 171 or 173, something like that. So a decision was made for him to go to Indy, his first time in AAA, and he lit it up in Indianapolis. And finally, the front office, Bob Nutting, decided it was time to not only call him up, but to get him signed immediately, long term. I don't know if Bob Nutting fell off his chair, hit his head. This isn't like him, but he woke up, smelled the coffee, because Konnor Griffin is definitely a generational baseball player. The Pirates have 2 generational baseball players, Paul Skeens and now Konnor Griffin. Konnor Griffin is Paul Skeens as a positional player. His attitude, his mindset, his maturity, he has it. He has it. He's a 5-tool player. We're going to be lucky to see all 5 tools in Konnor's toolbox for a very long time here in Pittsburgh. Okay, so there's 2 things I want to talk about with Griffin today in his Major League debut, and it was his first at-bat and his third at-bat. Now, keep in mind, he had 4 plate appearances. He went 1 for 3. We're going to talk in detail about each pitch that he faced in his first plate appearance when he hit his double, okay? And I think everybody had to have been standing at PNC Park for his first plate appearance. Okay, I had to write this down. I knew what he was facing, but Kyle Brandish, I know his last name is Brandish, who was on the mound for the Orioles, or Bradish, I should say. Yeah, Kyle Bradish. I actually finally got something right. Kyle Bradish has good command. He's a good pitcher. At the end of today's game, he's 0-2 with a 6-something ERA, but it's early. But he is a good pitcher, and he had decent command today of his pitches for the most part. But up comes Konnor Griffin, bottom of the second, 1 out. Ryan O'Hearn is at first. He was walked. Behind O'Hearn was Horowitz, who struck out. So that was 1 out. Here comes Konnor Griffin. And pitch number 1 was a slider, 88 miles per hour, way outside the strike zone. He had Griffin chasing, obviously intentionally thrown that way. So count was 0-1. Griffin recognized the second pitch, another slider, 87 miles an hour, way outside. He did not chase. Counts 1-1. Brandish's third pitch, slider, 87 miles an hour. Konnor Griffin did chase, 1-2. Threw another slider, 87 miles an hour. And it wasn't as outside because Konnor Griffin was actually able to get the tip of his bat, the end of his bat on that ball. Could have been caught by the catcher, would have been strike 3, but the catcher dropped it. So Griffin's at bat was alive still. count 1-2. And then Bradish threw a curveball, 85 miles an hour. Griffin read it perfectly. Line drive, left center field, hits a double. O'Hearn scores, and it's 1-0. PNC Park's going crazy. Konnor Griffin's family going crazy. Dugout going crazy. Everybody going crazy who was watching this game that was not at the ballpark. I was going crazy. I would like to know what Griffin's heart rate was when he was at bat in his first plate appearance. I'd like to know the heart rate of every family member, including his mom and dad. And yes, his wife, 19 going on 20. He is already married. Young man from Jackson, Mississippi. And yeah, I was so happy for him. I was so elated that he got on base right away, his first at bat. And, he was chasing those first couple pitches, or the first pitch, the third pitch, but he saved himself and able to get that first hit right away, his first plate appearance. Again, age 19. I'm not going to quit talking about him being 19 years old. Okay. It's extremely rare when a player gets called up to the majors, positional player, especially at the age of 19. Extremely rare. We all know that. Baseball fans know that. He made it to the show. His second plate appearance, he walked. I do want to talk about his third plate appearance. I don't remember every pitch in detail, but I know that he looked at a pitch that ended up low that he probably could have contested. He did not. The pitch after that was a called strike 3. It was low and inside, and he knew that it was low. He knew it was a ball. So he hit his head a couple times. That's the signal for ABS to be used to determine what the actual pitch was, ball or strike. And it was a ball. And then he ended up striking out swinging after that pitch. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because at the age of 19, he seems to really know the strike zone, facing Major League Baseball pitching, obviously. And that awareness impressed me a lot. If it's a 25-year-old, 26-year-old, 32-year-old, somebody who's been in the majors for a while, that's expected. But to see that detail in Griffin's knowledge of the game, his knowledge of being at bat, knowing the strike zone that way, that says a lot. That says he is ready for prime time. He is ready for the show. In his fourth plate appearance, by the way, check swing, ground ball right to the pitcher, you know. And then obviously, he was out. It was a 1-3 on that one. But kudos to Konnor Griffin. I can't wait to see what he does tomorrow against the Orioles. I would imagine he'll be batting seventh again. Very happy for him. Very happy for his family. He had a lot of people in one of the boxes, and it was just great to see. And this is the most, I don't know that we're going to see any player in the near future highly anticipated coming up to the Pirates, being called up to the major leagues. It's hard to top Konnor Griffin. We saw it with Paul Skeens. We saw it with O'Neill Cruz. We saw it with Garrett Cole years back. And I'll even say Pedro Alvarez. Those are the only players that come to mind who we as Pirate fans could not wait to see being called up to play for the top team, the Pirates. And also I want to say I'm a fan of the ABS. It's fast. It's easy. You get 2 chances. If you're right in your first chance in appealing a called strike, as a batter, you keep those 2 challenges. And this can be used by pitchers too, obviously. But that was my first time actually seeing the ABS in use, and I'm a fan. It doesn't slow down the game. It's boom, 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 effective, it's accurate, and much needed. Okay. Much needed. So they got this one right using the ABS system, for each pitch being thrown. So glad to see it's there. And if it doesn't go the Pirates' way, oh well. That's why it's there. Please share your thoughts on Konnor Griffin's first game after I get this published. Curious to see what your opinions are. Curious to see if you think that he, will excel at the expected level, which is a high level. It's only one game in. I know that, but this was the boost, the actual boost that the Pirates organization needed, that the major league roster needed, that Don Kelly needed as a manager, that the fans needed. Especially for him signing a 9-year, $140 million contract at the age of 19. Um, it shows that Bob Nutting can smell the coffee. Oh, and by the way, anytime I talk Pirates baseball on this podcast, I'm going to be wearing the pillbox hats. Okay. Got one right over here. Where's my bat? Come on. There it is. There it is. I wore this when I had Dave Finoli on last week. And the reason why I'm wearing these pillbox hats, 1979, the last time the Pirates went to the World Series, won a World Series. My hopes are up, but I'm also realistic. I just want them to make the playoffs. Okay. But still, 1979, Stars will stars. We are family. I hope this is We Are Family 2.0. All right. Thank you for watching. Happy Easter and have a great weekend.